Welcome back. This is Mark Strader. I'm a realtor in Richmond, Virginia with Pivot Homes and eXp Realty. Having a good understanding on what the market is currently doing is of the utmost importance. Currently, in the fall of 2017, we are in the middle of a seller's market, which means that sellers are getting a higher price for their homes due to the fact that there are more buyers than there are homes available. This will mean that you will need to be a very savvy home buyer, and you will need to have a very savvy agent that will be very aware of new homes coming on the market, and you will need to be ready to make an offer when you find that home that you fall in love with. And no truer statement is a statement about ready to make. If you want to sleep on it, you probably won't sleep in it, especially in this type of market. So when you're ready to make that offer and you love the house, probably want to make it a good one. So your offer will need to be very strong due to the fact that you're probably going to go against multiple offers, and the seller will have other offers to consider. Another good tactic is to write a nice personal note to go along with that offer. This adds a bit of a personal touch. And a lot of times, these sellers have been in their home 10, 15, 30 years and have raised their kids and family in this home. And they want to make sure that the next tenant is going to do the same. So sometimes adding that personal note is a big deal and can help possibly carry you to winning the bid. And something to remember in a seller's market is you need to remember that you may not win the bid for that home that you love so much, or you think you're going to love. So find a house you like, just don't fall in love with it, because it might not be the one for you. Don't worry, there are lots of houses in the market, so we'll find one that fits. Other items that help make good, strong offers are your finances. Make sure they're in good order. Make sure your lender can close the deal quickly. Having a strong earnest money deposit. We'll cover that in the next section. Not having a lot of contingencies. Not being too picky about the home inspection. You need to know about everything, but asking them to fix everything may not be a great idea. Maybe not asking for the closing cost, or maybe just asking for a little bit of closing cost. Get with your realtor. They'll give you a much better understanding of where they think you can win the offer to buy that house. Let's learn about what you should do once you have viewed homes online or possibly in virtual reality. You have narrowed down your search to a select few homes. Your agent has now made the appointments to go see these homes, and you begin actually viewing all of these homes. Remember, you will need to be very aware of your trip to the home, and then again, your trip away from the home. How hard is it to get in and out of the neighborhood? Do you have to take a left onto a busy road for your commute to work every day? And is there a light to possibly help you make that left? Sounds small, but 6 months from now could be something that drives you absolutely crazy, or it could be very dangerous. Look closely at the landscaping. Is the yard easy to maintain? Is the yard going to be difficult to cut? Do you have 5 flower beds and you have no idea how to maintain them? Or you may have no desire to keep up with something like that. If so, this would also end up being a cost that you may not have budgeted for. Beware of other conditions outside. What are the conditions of the driveway, sidewalk, siding, roof, mailbox, porch, windows? And with the windows, make sure you're checking towards the bottom to make sure that there's no rot or any moisture issues. Make sure you go to the back of the house or wherever the AC unit is found, and take a good close look at it. Most newer units these days have a manufacturing date that will give you a clue onto the age of that home. Make sure you make notes of all these items. Your agent should also be taking notes on these items as well, but you should be taking notes so you can refer back to them if your agent is not with you. Also, have your cell phone out and take lots of pictures. These pictures will come in handy later when you're trying to remember which house you liked, didn't like, or if you had found any issues with those homes. You have taken a good look at the exterior of the home. Now it's time to go inside to take a look. Remember that you will always want to get a home inspection on any home that you are going to buy. But for now, you will need to do your due diligence and look for any flaws. First and foremost, get a good feel for the home. How does it flow? Are the things in the house that can't be changed things you like or don't like? Are the rooms too big or possibly too small? How's the kitchen layout? Is it functional? After you think this might be the house you want, it's time to dig a little deeper. Biggest issue in any home that I've seen lately is water damage. Look at where water comes in and where water leaves from. Open up some cabinets and look for possible issues or leftover water damage. Look at the ceilings under where the bathrooms are. Do you see any watermarks or possible patching? If so, not a deal breaker, but you will definitely need to get it checked very closely. Go up in the attic and see what's up there. Is there any light coming in from the outside where there shouldn't be light coming in? Are there any water stains in the attic? If so, this might be a leak. Yes, your home inspector should catch all these, but you haven't put an offer in yet, so these items might be a deal breaker instead of a heartbreaker. Be careful when you're touring a home as to not use too much of your imagination and move all of your furniture in, and if your kids happen to be with you, don't let them start fighting over which room is theirs. These become heartbreaking moments if you don't have a winning offer or you find major defects in the house. Remember, everything happens for a reason, and there are lots of houses that come on the market every day. Just be careful to make logical decisions in the early process. You've made the decision to make an offer on the home of your dreams. Now, we've talked about writing a letter to the seller to accompany this offer to make it more personal. Make sure you discuss with your agent on a competitive offer, and don't lowball the offer too much. This could make the seller think that you're not that serious. And in a seller's market, these kind of offers will not even be considered. When you're ready to submit your offer, you will need to write a check for the earnest money deposit. This money is put into a secure account with your broker. This can and usually is used as part of or all of your down payment. And this is a sign to the buyer on how committed you are on purchasing their home. This money is held into escrow until closing. The only way to get this back is if you fail to get financing or something during the home inspection can't be resolved. Do not take this step lightly. Once the contract has been ratified and accepted, it can be tough to get this earnest money deposit back. This is also the point where you will list any contingencies, such as you may need to sell your home, and if you can't, you possibly can get out of the purchase. But be careful with this, because it could hurt you if you're in a multiple offer situation, and somebody else with a competing offer does not have to do this. Congratulations, you have won the bid. Time for your agent to order the home inspection. A home inspection is simply a visual examination of a home's overall condition. The home inspection report describes the house's physical shape and identifies what might need critical repair or replacement, although what's covered in a standard report can vary from inspector to inspector. Typically, the status of the following will be included in most reports: the heating system, the central air conditioning system, interior plumbing and the electrical system, roof, attic, visible insulation, walls, ceiling, floors, windows, doors, foundation, basement, and all structural components. If the inspector identifies a problem in any of those areas, this does not automatically mean that you should not buy the home. The findings simply mean you know what you're getting before you purchase. If the plumbing needs to be replaced in 6 months, at least you won't be surprised when it does happen. If major problems like this are found, the seller may agree to make some of those repairs. Of course, remember, no home is perfect. It's quite normal for a house to have some glitches. It just depends on how many faults you're willing to deal with before you walk away from the sale. Hopefully this does not happen, but you should consult an attorney if you think you may need to walk away from the deal. And what are the consequences if you do? Thanks again for learning about the home buying experience, and please check out the next video in the series. Thanks.